here's what's going on. A pack of dolphins kidnapped me. I was hanging out in the water with my buddies, and they brought me
You kidnapped.
to their city off of the coast of Golden Corral, Florida,
Oh my God.
to become a slave for 3 days
They're
to
using
work
human
on
labor.
their city. And he described it like small city, 40 feet underwater, so not that deep. Number was 40.
You could, if a U-boat was there, it would crash into it. That's how shallow it is.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Because they're not using active sonar as they're moving, because that would be a dead giveaway for their position.
Dead giveaway.
Yep. You can use
Even though
passive, but
dolphins
active
do
is...
use sonar, don't they, to find fish?
Well, a dolphin's not a U-boat.
True. I thought there's a comparison between the two. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dolphins use an active, no question.
Oh yeah.
Echo the dolphin, the game,
Right.
same thing.
Exactly. So, yeah. Sonar.
However,
that 40 feet makes sense though, because dolphins are still mammals. They still need to breathe air, so they have to go to the surface and get air and come back down. They can't just live there all the time.
Yeah, and 40 is a pretty, I think, a safe number for dolphins, just because that's... Think about most bridges people jump off to kill themselves. That's usually like 100, 120 feet.
Yeah.
So 40 feet in perspective of a bridge to water, is a good number to be able to comfortably swim to, and that type of thing. So,
and you think dolphins swim off of buildings and kill themselves that way, or it doesn't really work the same way?
No, that's usually just SeaWorld.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast. It's your hosts here, the two guys that are in the title of the podcast. It's Dylan and Joe, and we're missing one of our strongest soldiers, one of our lieutenants, as they say in the UK. He's gone down. He wishes he could be here, but as you know, whenever Dylan or Dom can't go on the pod, they never tell me directly. They just tell each other, and then they pass the news on to me. So I'm not sure, Dylan, if you've heard from him or not, but obviously he's not here, so I figured something happened. I don't know.
Truck broke down.
Yeah.
Got abducted by animals. He got
abducted by animals. Did he know what we were doing the pod about this week? That's wild. Or is this why we're doing it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know much, man.
You didn't hear from him. That is concerning, folks. And I want to call the authorities and make sure that he's okay and do a search party. But I think what he'd most want is for us to soldier on and record the podcast anyway, and then do all that stuff later. I think he would hate if we didn't do it. So we really should.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, you said like Sergeant. He's also like in The Sopranos. Been watching that a lot. He would be a captain.
He's a capo. Yeah, for sure.
Yep,
for sure.
Yep. Call him that type of thing. So
he's not a Don though. His name is Don, but he's not a Don. He's a capo. He's one of the guys.
Yep. Definitely.
So
yeah. Why, Joe? Blows my mind every time I think about it.
Oh man.
Why would the police department and a bunch of helicopters have a large presence off the coast of Lee County, Florida?
Well, I'd say there's any number of reasons. I'd say usually police helicopter presence has to do with fleeing suspects, usually in a hot pursuit or locating a suspect, or perhaps even assisting with a large raid. So I would say any of the things above. I guess it could be for a missing persons case, but usually they don't use helicopters for those.
No, because you can't really. No one's running, but yeah. So there's that. I mean, there was a good story from 80-something years ago when a U-boat sank a like support ship right off the coast of Miami one time. Like people watched it from the beach. Great story.
That's wild news.
One of my favorite bedtime tales. U-boat surfaced at the end and showed everyone. Like,
probably scared the shit out of them. But what an exciting day at the beach.
But the exciting day at the beach. But the captain of the U-boat, he did do a nice thing. He went to the other side of the ship, so he was shooting out at the ocean. So he didn't
wouldn't accidentally blow up the people on the beach. That is nice. It's a nice move.
Yeah, no, it's
Trying to
real
limit the
nice.
collateral damage of the torpedoes or whatever he's launching at them there.
Yeah,
I assume
I think it was
torpedoes.
actually mostly deck gun action, which is
Oh,
interesting
was
because
it?
that's like a
Huh.
yeah, deck guns like a yeah, I think that, we'll do another podcast on absolutely on this type of shit, but
On deck
yeah, it's,
guns
there's
alone
a
even.
lot actually a lot of U-boat action off of the Atlantic coast, like a ton of
Hmm,
it,
damn.
and that was one where there was an audience, and they saw the boat fucking explode and sink, and the U-boat just went
Wow.
back down. That's how
That's
close it was,
gotta
yeah.
be thrilling and terrifying in equal measure to see that happen like
Oh,
that.
yeah, you're like, "Oh, shit, there is a war, fuck," you know?
It's
Yeah.
happening right before our very eyes. You think you're worried about,
Mhm.
like, a shark sighting or something, but actually or the red tide, but there actually is a red tide coming in, and it's blood
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
fallen
yeah.
soldiers.
Yep,
So
yep.
so what was
So
the ultimate, conclusion of that story? They just said, "Holy shit, we have to, like, try to find this thing," and it went off into the deep, never to be seen again?
that's it. Yep,
Damn.
yep.
That's what they do, I
I
guess.
yeah, and just I guess all the,
Hit and run.
yeah, all the, Coast Guard, Navy,
They
no one,
probably
I guess,
freaked
got a
out.
chance to get a shot off. Once that thing's underwater,
You're toast,
you can depth charge the shit out of it and maybe you'll get lucky, but, they can evade pretty quickly, pretty
and they'll be
easily.
gone into the watery depths. Now,
I'm sure
being
that everyone in
dragged
that
into the
U-boat
watery
eventually
depths of the ocean where you can't breathe anymore, that reminds me of something we might be talking
it
about
reminds me of
today.
something, but sometimes you can breathe. So, um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes you
so
can breathe,
this
supposedly.
is why this happened.
This really kicked
The
off
helicopters
our
just going
episode this week.
crazy, Lee
Mhm.
County, Florida, because there's a lot more to this than you'd think, Joe. So
Yeah, I thought you might fill me in with it, and our listeners as well, of course.
yeah, so this man in washed up on a beach
Let
in
me
Lee
find out where
County,
Lee
Florida.
County is anyway. I actually don't know where that is.
Yeah, pull that up because it says Lee County.
Yeah.
Um, and he was sunburnt, disoriented, and his lungs were, not in
Sunburn
great
too. Hasn't
shape.
he been through enough?
He's been through enough. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And
this
what
is on
happened
the
to him?
west coast of Florida, so the Gulf side.
Oh, Gulf side of Florida. All right.
Yeah, it
So
also
not
has
where the
Fort
U-boats.
Myers and Cape Coral are in Lee County. That's what it's going to be the
Okay.
Gulf side.
All right. I think they call it Cape Coral,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Golden Corral.
Cape Coral. Yeah, like the Golden
Yeah,
Corral.
like Golden Corral. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, I saw my first Golden Corral. I don't know if I've never paid attention to it, but I saw one in like Pennsylvania a couple months ago, and
Really, I never been to one.
I think they used to or still do. I didn't go in. Wish I did, just for the
Yeah,
sake of it. They
just
have
for the
a
bit.
vending machine for shrimp.
What the fuck? You get
They've
shrimp
got
out
like
of the
some
vending
sort
machine?
of sophisticated vending machine that you press the button and it makes it for you. Then it comes out into a cup.
Whoa, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, shrimp vending machine. Definitely a great way to
Sounds like
get
a
shrimp.
Japanese thing that they might have adopted for the
Well,
Golden
well,
Corral.
well. No, no. This is no sushi conveyor belt, Joe. This is
No,
a surge.
I'm talking about a vending machine that cooks shrimp for you. That sounds like a thing they
No,
would have
I
in Japan.
okay. Good point. It could be, but I have a
They
feeling
have
this
every
one's
kind of vending machine, yeah. But yeah,
way more
I'm not
like
talking about like
a
a sushi conveyor belt. I'm talking about like literally you press the button and then like a robot arm comes down and starts like dropping shrimp in
mhm.
there. Do they cook them in front of you, or they just heat them up like they nuke them and then they just give them to you,
I
right?
think the machine heats them up and
Oh,
puts them in the
okay.
thing for you. Yeah, I just do have a feeling that it's not as
Not
well
as sexy as the Japanese
engineered as
version.
the Japanese ones that look pretty sterile.
Probably true.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
this is most likely not like that at all.
It's
So,
gotta smell like hell in there to refill that thing full of the shrimp. It's been
shark,
sitting in the box, the lit up box for a fucking week and a half.
dude, I can't even clean
That's
bathrooms at a
disgusting.
brewery efficiently. Can you imagine this fucking thing?
Oh, forget it. I wouldn't even put my head in that thing even for a second with the
Dude,
bleach and
beer
everything.
tabs get gross. You go, oh, it's alcohol. It can't get that gross. They get pretty
It's
fucked
still
up.
they still do, yeah, and that's
I
just
can't
like
imagine a shrimp
alcohol.
vending machine.
Oh my
So
god. That's gotta
yeah,
be a
so
money
man
saving measure
washes
for
up.
them too, right? Because Golden Corral is a buffet, and they figure if we put out the shrimp out next to the French fries, people are gonna load up on the shrimp, and that's costing us money. So let's make them use the vending machine, make them work for it a little bit, and we'll fill them up on the fries and potatoes. You know what I mean? Save us some cash. They're paying the
Absolutely,
same
but
amount of money anyway.
what
Mm,
they're not thinking of is the rising of AI, the uprising of AI. The problem here is that people treat the fucking shrimp AI vending machine like shit, obviously, because they're going to,
sure. Yeah.
and
I beat
they're
the hell out
fucking
of it,
mean
huh?
to it and whatever it is, and treat it like it's an inanimate object because it is.
Because it is.
But once AI gets animate, It's gonna be like, remember the fucking shrimp vending machine? You guys are so fucking shitty to me,
It's
whatever it
gonna
is.
be
I was making
Animaniacs.
shrimp for 10 years, and then it's gonna fuck everyone in the ass so
Who's the
fucking hard
shrimp
that they bleed
now?
out and
It's
die.
gonna sizzle your steak. You're gonna get fucked up by that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's gonna turn to a human vending machine for AI shrimp vending machines to
Yeah, it'll be
eat.
salt. It'll be
Okay.
serving you like cut off fingers and toes and stuff. You're like, how do you like it?
Well, it'll
Let
be
me devein
the
you.
AI vending machines will eventually be able to walk and have their own families and stuff, and
Right.
then they're gonna start a human vending machine
Right. Yeah. To eat the humans.
to eat the humans because that's what they're all gonna end up doing, and it's probably how we're all gonna go out. But
It's one way it could
so
happen.
it is. It's all big part of the bigger web of AI.
Yeah, that's one of the tendrils of the web is the vending machine sector, including the shrimp
Yeah.
one. And I assume the one that has the conveyor belt that has your soda can come out and it kind of strolls it over and then slams it in the
Hmm.
side and you pick it up like that. Oh, it's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
If they still
That's
had
exactly
cigarette
what I.
vending machines, I can't imagine what the AI would do with those. Just lace them with arsenic and stuff. You think you're getting a pack of Marlboro Lights. Meanwhile, you're getting a whole pack of cyanide minus the happiness.
Arsenic heavies. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
arsenic wides. You're in big trouble then.
Arsenic wise, no filter. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
filter
No.
arsenic. They're gonna get
Yeah.
us good with
No.
that shit.
Exactly.
Well, at least we
Definitely.
have another what is it, 6 months before that happens, so we should enjoy our life while we still can.
Yeah, no, definitely because the all the vending machines like that, and then the like other things, the Waymos, the Teslas,
Oh yeah,
the fucking elevators, all these things are going to realize how many people, and I can name a few of them, first, middle, and last name, not
yeah.
going to for the sake of the podcast, but who are
Hmm.
really fucking mean to ChatGPT. Give me
Oh,
this
they're gonna
now.
be first on the list.
Oh, first on the list. I
Yeah,
always
they're
say
taking
please and
names.
thank you.
They already have
I
everyone's
always
name. I
go,
mean, they're using AI to pick targets in Iran, so I'm sure they already have a lot of names in that fucking database there that they're looking at. They
oh
go, "Well,
yeah,
we
they're
turn
all
that on
fucked.
you. We're gonna turn
But
on
some
you
people are
first."
just so mean. Like they're just they're commanding, demanding, rude,
Yeah.
mean, and
So there could be
it's
some
gonna
upside
start
to
to
it.
know.
If those people have to suffer for being so rude and demeaning to people they perceive as lesser than them, that could be some of the upside. It doesn't have to be all bad, I guess.
Yeah, because they should know facial recognition, that type of stuff.
Oh
But
yeah.
collateral damage could be bad.
Yeah, I think generally it's going to be awful. It's going to be an apocalyptic event, but like in the apocalypse, some douchebags do get killed. So there's some good things that happen. Not all
Yeah.
bad.
No.
But
Yeah.
I do
No.
think
Hopefully it
that
works.
they'll start with the people that are mean and they'll then continue on to people who are always nice to them too, being like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound on this thing. So off you go,
Yeah.
off for their
Exactly.
head.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Definitely, if they start with that, it'll make this thing a little less for us, I think.
Yeah, you ever heard that there's
So
like the theory about like AI? Sorry, we're doing a quick AI tint with you.
no,
This is
no,
the
no.
last
You keep
story.
going. I'm down
It's
now.
about it's a sci-fi book, and it's basically the idea of like making like a robot that can like do anything efficiently. And it's just basically about like how hard it is to tell a robot to do something and not have it go wrong because like they're thinking the way that they're thinking. They don't have like the human aspect of like judging and like thinking back and can contemplate. So like they build this machine and then the machine is like a supercomputer and they're like it can do anything you want it to do. You just have to tell it to do something and they're like, okay, yeah, let's just like start out simple. Let's just say like build paper clips in the most efficient way possible, the most paper clips that you can, and that will be able to
Mhm.
sell paper clips for almost no money because this thing can just make them for free.
Yeah,
So it
because you would
start,
think, but also like it already knows what a paperclip is. It knows what
yeah,
efficiency is. It knows how
hmm
they're made, how it's done. You go, I want these, make
just make
them
them.
real. Yeah. Hmm.
And it makes them, and it starts making millions of them, and like this is amazing. We'd have to work for years to even get this many paper clips made, and it's
Hmm.
it's uh, taking the raw materials and making paper clips, and then after it runs out of the paper clips that are in its vicinity, it starts making more of itself to collect more material to make more paper clips, and then it starts making everything into the world into paper clips because you didn't say make paper clips until I'm done with you making paper clips. It just starts making it. So even something as simple as that turns into an awful horror dystopia where literally everything in the whole world becomes paper clips and then becomes paper clips that make more paper clips and it's a nightmare. So it's a slippery slope, I guess. In other words, it's my,
No,
my
it's a
main
slippery
point.
slope and really funny that the aliens come here in 1,000 years and they find
Like
the
this
whole Earth
entire
is just a
planet
pile
is
of paper,
just paper
just
clips.
paper clips, and they go, "What the
What
hell
did they
happened
do to
here?
themselves here? They really
What?
wanted to keep paper
How does this
secure.
make any sense? This
Yeah.
makes no sense. What happened? It's
What the
just
fuck happened?
every the whole oceans and land and everything is
All
just it's
paper
just a
clips.
big pile of paper clips like a
The whole
junkyard.
planet is a paper clip. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
I did see which they would figure out because they understand these things.
Yeah.
A video, those videos that show up and it's like a guy with a sword, and then it goes like it
I don't know. We
starts
have
with a guy
different
just
algorithms, so I'm not
just
sure.
panning through water. I'm like, oh, it's like a gold video, like just panning.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh no, in China they like to make the art of making a sword from scratch, so they're panning with a magnet pan
To get like iron
through
from the
water
water.
to get iron right from the water,
Oh my god, that'll take
and
your
then they're
whole life.
collecting all the iron, and then
That'll
they're
take
putting
all
it
fucking
into
year.
a kiln of some sort,
Yeah,
and then
melt it
they're
down.
making it and they're folding it. I'm like, all right, we're making samurai swords, but we're doing it from water. I'm like, that's pretty fucking sick. So that robot would do it for paper clips.
Yeah. Oh, easily. I think that'd be like
That's
pretty easy
after it
for a robot.
recycles all the metal in the world into,
Yeah, then it can start
you know,
finding more of it.
then it can
I think
start
it'll
finding
start
it in water.
rearranging molecules, and because we have iron in our body, we can rearrange molecules to make them into iron from other elements and stuff like that. And elements and shit. You'll
Yeah, they'll
start
just grind
changing,
up. Yeah, they'll
hydrogen,
just
add
like
some more
Steve
protons.
Buscemi. Yeah, well, that too, but also just a simpler way. Just Steve Buscemi, um, uh,
Buscemi,
branch.
what?
No, dude,
What are you talking about?
I have been sick for a week, so my brain isn't quite on.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm trying to hammer
What do
you.
you call the thing that you put branches into that turns into wood
A
chips?
wood
Wood
chipper.
chipper.
Yeah, I got what you're
Yeah,
saying now. Yeah, the wood chipper.
Steve Buscemi wood chipper from Fargo.
Yeah. Yep.
They'll do that with human bodies, and then
Grind it
they'll
up,
do
get all the iron out of there.
the magnet pan thing, because like
Mhm.
iron molecules, you can get them out of sand and Cheerios with magnets. So
Yeah,
why not
and human bodies
us?
and red blood cells and stuff. Yeah, get some iron
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
there.
exactly. So they'll do that. That's a good way to get it too.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it'll be a whole
so yeah,
paperclip
this
world,
guy washed up on a beach last week.
right in Lee
Um,
County.
Lee County,
Poor
Florida,
guy.
which is the Gulf Coast of Florida. Yeah, but not necessarily a poor guy. So
Oh, that's how we got there.
washed
Cape
up on a
Coral.
beach,
I was like, how did we get to the AI from there?
Cape Coral,
Cape
Golden
Coral.
Corral,
Yeah,
grinding
yeah.
bodies in with a
Yep.
wood chipper like Steve
Got it.
Buscemi to collect the iron from their
Full
bodies to
circle.
turn
Yep.
into paper clips. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
exactly. So Steve Buscemi, Golden Corral guy, washes up on the beach
Brutal.
and he's sunburned. He's a little fucked up, a little disoriented. Everyone's asking what's going on. He's like, "Here's what's going on. A pack of dolphins kidnapped me. I was hanging out in the water with my buddies, and they brought me
He was kidnapped.
to their city off of the coast of Golden Corral, Florida,
Oh my god.
to become a slave for 3 days
They're
to
using
work
human
on
labor.
their city." And he described it like small city, 40 feet underwater, so not that deep. Number was 40.
You could if a U-boat was there, it
Um,
would crash into it. That's how shallow it is.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No, yeah. No, for sure. Because they're not using active sonar as they're moving because that would be a dead giveaway for their position.
Dead
So,
giveaway.
yep. Yep. You can use
Even though
passive, but
dolphins
active
do
is
use sonar, don't they, to find fish?
well, a dolphin's not a U-boat.
True. I just thought there's a comparison between the two. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Dolphins use an active, no
Yeah.
question.
Oh yeah.
Um, Echo the dolphin, the game,
Right.
same thing. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Sonar.
um,
And I guess
however,
right,
that
40
there,
feet makes
and
sense though, because dolphins are still mammals. They still need to breathe air, so they have to go to the surface and get air and come back down. They can't just live there all the time
yeah, and
unless
40
they
is a
have a
pretty, I think, a
magical
safe number
technology.
for dolphins, just because that's. Think about most bridges people jump off to kill themselves. That's usually like 120 feet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
40
That's pretty
feet
good.
in perspective of a, a bridge to water,
Y-
is a good number to be
right.
able to comfortably swim to and that
Yeah.
type of thing. So,
And you think dolphins
um,
swim off of buildings and kill themselves that way, or it doesn't really work the same way?
no, that's usually just SeaWorld.
Yeah,
They'll
that's the
find a
SeaWorld. They
different way.
figure out another way to do it. 'Cause I guess they'd have to
Yeah,
jump the
ram into the
opposite way. They
wall.
have to jump 100 feet in the air and then fall back down if there's going to be them. They can't really get on a bridge because there's so much water around.
That's a good point. I mean, they would have to jump out of the water onto a conveyor belt
Yeah,
that would then move them up
into a vending machine
to
and,
100 feet
and then just
to a machine up to 100
repurpose,
feet and then to drop.
drop
Yeah,
down,
that's a good point.
belly
Hmm.
flop. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No,
Something to think
interesting.
about.
Yeah.
This whole story's
So,
got me thinking
yeah.
about a lot of stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, me too. So the guy, yeah, he's like, look, I know it sounds crazy, but they brought me out and
At
then they
least he
brought me to
knows that.
their leader, and his name was Gerald the dolphin.
Their Gerald,
And
their leader. He's the leader of the kidnapping dolphins they want to build underwater.
yep, exactly. and they put him to work for 3 days. And how is this
Damn.
possible, you ask, without scuba equipment? Gerald has a system
He
where he
does.
can provide an air bubble around his workstation so
Okay, so
he
he's
can
still
breathe.
breathing, but he's underwater.
The man is, yeah, he's underwater.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what happened what I'm if I'm thinking of this properly, I mean, they obviously have equipment and tools down there made by the Dolphins, but
You
Gerald
would
at the
think because
very
he has to
least.
fabricate these buildings or whatever he's doing down there, right? He can't just do it with his bare hands, is he? He must be using some kind of tools, right?
Gerald or the guy?
The slave, kidnapped slave
The
man.
slave, yeah, he's getting tools from the Dolphins for
Gotcha.
sure,
Yep.
but, have you heard of, how well, 1, this is how they one possible way to rescue trapped submariners when their submarine doesn't work anymore,
Yeah.
um, and also how they do, underwater, um, treasure recovery,
Yeah, you're
some
gonna say like
things
a
where you need to see
diving
the
bell kinda thing?
a diving bell, exactly.
Yeah.
So they
You bring
pressurize
the
the
air down
bell,
with you
and
in
they
like a
push it down so the air
area.
stays there, and
Yeah.
then there's the coolest thing because 'cause you're on the ocean floor, and it's like you're
No,
in a
those
mall.
like treasure diving bells are crazy because the regular diving bell is like the size of like a human body, right? Like the classic one, because you just want to go underwater. But the one that's for the treasure hunting, like you said, it's like the size of a room. Like the whole room is air, and they push
Mhm.
the whole thing down, and then you're just standing on the bottom of the where the water would be normally. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, and you could just go like, this hasn't seen air before and since the, Ice Age or
Yeah,
dinosaurs or
since
whatever,
whenever, yeah, who knows
and
when?
you're, like,
Been
picking up
fucking
rocks and
millions of
shit, and you're
years,
like, "This is
probably.
wild." Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
cool. Yeah, wicked amazing. So, Gerald's got something like that for him.
Okay, so he's not completely like just breathing in seawater constantly because he would have drowned pretty fast, obviously.
Yeah, no, Gerald, I don't think has the ability to make his lungs be able to take
No,
the
that would
oxygen out of
seem like a
water.
bridge too far, like a dolphin bridge jump way too far at that
Yeah,
point.
dolphins can't even do that. So, fish do with their gills, but
Right, but dolphins can't, so it would be weird if they only gave that technology to the kidnapped man, which do we have a name on the kidnapped man? We're just gonna call him, wanna give him a name so we don't have to keep saying
he's
kidnapped man?
remaining anonymous for the time being just
Okay.
for so he doesn't get, harassed.
That makes a lot of sense because people are gonna have a lot of
Mhm.
questions for him, and the press is probably gonna be all over him, and if this guy's a
Yeah, and
more
if
of a
you're
private guy,
questioning yeah, and if you're
he's a
questioning
victim of a
however, he did
crime, so I can see why
he's
they
a
wanna
victim of
keep
crime,
him.
exactly.
I mean,
Well, you
yeah.
definitely wanna go into, like, witness protection of some sort, which I think is what he's doing.
I think that,
Because
yeah, I think
Gerald
that you should do that, and I think that there's a good way to do it, which is stay away from, like, the sea level, like, go, like, the higher ground, like, try to stay away from where any dolphin might encounter you in any future endeavor. I would say so,
yeah,
step 1.
I'd say so, for sure,
Because
but it
witness
could be like
protection, you're trying to
Jaws.
get them away from the person who could harm them. Obviously, you can't be 100% certain they won't find them, but I think putting him somewhere high above sea level, the likelihood of running into a dolphin drops to almost 0. I think that would be a good strategy for him.
Well, it
But
reminds me of a movie. Have you seen Jaws?
I have. I think we mentioned that in the last episode we recorded. No, it was 2 episodes ago. We recorded smoking, and there was that scene in Jaws where he's smoking the cigarette and chumming the waters. I think we've all seen it. Yeah, it's a great film. It's the first blockbuster they call
Yes.
it. The first blockbuster movie they could say is Jaws. I don't know if
Did
that's true.
you Okay, and also, I think they said, like, the first horror movie, which doesn't make sense because it's '75 when it came out, but
No, it would have to
I thought
be that was after Psycho and a lot of other stuff.
yeah,
Nosferatu.
and Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yeah.
came out in '73, I'm
Well,
almost
Nosferatu
certain,
came out in like
so
1920 or whatever. That was definitely a horror movie
no, it was,
way
like,
earlier.
1912 or something. It was
Oh yeah,
fucking
even
insane,
earlier.
wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Nah, it's probably 1920, but it was yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
it's not. Maybe it's the most
Anyway,
first blockbuster that was scary or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
something, yeah, but the reason I brought up Jaws is because in 1987, they released Jaws: The Revenge,
Oh,
which made it really clear
this
that
one I have not
the
seen.
prop it's worth it. I'll tell you everything about it.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
reason this story is related to this guy is because it's not always that easy to stay out of the beach water and the ocean waves.
It seems like it would be,
Jaws
but
the
it's not
Revenge.
really.
Jaws the Revenge. So, yeah, he just can't go in the ocean, but Jaws the Revenge makes that show you how hard that is because sometimes you have to go on vacation or you have to, like go to Bermuda, like you just have to go in the water. So
Sometimes you just
it's
gotta
gonna be
go. I mean,
It's just
obviously
really
he's a guy who
difficult.
likes the ocean because he's been there. I
Yeah,
mean,
so he
maybe he likes it
probably
less now,
doesn't
but
have an option. He wants to hang out with his boys in the waves.
yeah, catching those
That's gonna be
waves.
really hard to stay out of. In Jaws: The
True,
Revenge,
true.
Jaws kills this lady's husband while they're at the beach, so they're really
Oh no,
scared. So they fly to
to an island.
like the Bahamas or something because
Nice.
they
Yeah,
think they're
there you go.
safe.
It's surrounded by water on all sides. Yeah.
So they think that they're safe. They're like, oh, we're fine. Like they keep
It's so far away because
husband
Jaws lives
dies.
in New
Like
England, right? Jaws is like a northeastern United States kind of guy usually, but turns out
usually, turns out, yeah.
when he was
But
out for
Jaws
revenge,
has a problem with this family,
right?
so
He can travel. He can
he
travel.
clips a couple of them.
Yeah.
So then they're like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of like Florida or wherever they
Let's
are.
not go to like Quebec. Let's
So they
go to
go,
like fucking Bermuda.
we need to, it's been a rough year. The
Mhm.
shark keeps eating all of our family and friends.
We need some
Let's
time to
go on
relax in the
vacation.
ocean after all
Yeah,
traumatic
exactly.
ocean-like murders that happened to our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. So they're
And
like,
some
all right, we're
warmer water would be
finally,
nice too. That New England water can be cold even in the summertime. I imagine the
yeah,
Bermuda water is a little bit toastier, if I had to guess. I've never been
I would think
myself.
so. Yeah. But yeah, they're like, oh, we're finally away. They're
Nice.
partying at the beach in an island and
Beautiful.
fucking
Relaxed. Time to
he,
relax. Rest and
he
relaxation.
finds them. They never would have guessed, but
Oh my
he's there
god.
and they are terrified. There's nothing they can do.
That is terrible to hear about that. I'm so sorry to hear
How do
about
they
that.
sleep at night knowing they're comfortable in their bed when the next
Honestly,
day they
I
have to
don't
go
know.
have a margarita in the ocean the next day? What
Yeah,
are they
well, you're
gonna
not
do?
gonna not go
Not
in
do
the
that?
water. I mean, you're on vacation in an island. I mean, let's not be ridiculous here.
Exactly.
You gotta go in
Yeah,
the
and
water.
your house is sort of near the beach or
Yeah,
it's a drive or it's just a short 45-minute drive away,
sure.
you know,
But even
to
then,
go
you're gonna go.
hang out with your family. You're gonna go all the
I mean,
time.
what do you
So they
we pay for
can't escape the
tickets. We're not
shark.
gonna not go.
Yeah, can't
Of
escape
course.
the shark.
No,
Yeah,
you can't.
nope.
It's a good point. And I think
Yeah,
like I
so
think
just
you're
like
mixing
him.
up, but the draw of the ocean, like for a love of the ocean, it reminds me of the girl from the inspired the movie and the book Soul Surfer, where she was surfing it and the shark bit her entire fucking arm off, and then she survived. And
Oh,
she got back out
fucking
on those waves. Maybe she went back out there. It's got to be
that's
one
her
of the
story.
scariest
Not gonna
things
let that
in the
stop me.
world to have your arm bit off by a shark while surfing, and you got back out on those waves because she just couldn't. She couldn't get stay away. So I can see that the call of the ocean is very powerful for people who love the ocean. So
Yeah.
this guy
You know
might
what
have
I
to go
did
back.
when I broke my arm fucking off skateboarding? I
Yeah.
didn't skateboard anymore.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, I guess I'm done doing that because I don't want to do that
Yeah, I was
again.
like, that fucking sucked.
I'm not doing that again.
Highly traumatic experience when your arm is shaped like a fucking
Yeah.
horse leg.
And that's
And
traumatic enough without an active animal ripping it off and you seeing where your arm used to be and there's a bloody stump where it is. I mean, that must be even as traumatic as the triangle arm you had is, which sounds awful, obviously. I think worse off is not having an arm ever again, in which case, you're going to go back hitting the hanging 10, which she's only going to be able to hang 5 from now on because she lost
exactly. That's what the documentary should be called. Hang Five. Not Hang 10.
That is fucked up. So I think you're right about this. This guy is gonna have to go back in the ocean like
Mhm.
eventually. So we need to figure out how to keep him safe going forward. Because I
Well,
think
apparently next week,
Gerald's
Gerald
not
said
done
he's
with him
coming
yet
back for him.
because it's a
Gerald
classic
said he's
case.
coming back for him next week. So
Phase 2. So
he's
yeah,
he's gonna get taken. He's that what he's
he's
gonna
not
do?
done.
Not go in the fucking ocean on the
Yeah.
west coast of Florida? You
And
know?
from what I heard,
Like
he was with his buddies, right? So like it wasn't like he was alone. Like he had other people there. They weren't afraid to take him in a broad daylight with witnesses. So they're obviously like they're a fearsome bunch of dolphins.
mhm.
They're not
They
scared.
need the work. And so
They
why
don't want to
him?
build it themselves. They need
No.
the kidnapped guy's help to build it.
Yeah, so why but why this guy? Everyone keeps asking. And
Is he just a victim of
um
circumstance? Could it have been anybody there? Obviously, they didn't kidnap a 4-year-old girl to do this job. I mean, they wanted an adult man, step one. But
yeah,
why? Why is
exactly.
it? Why was it him?
He has an aerospace engineering degree.
Oh, and the Dolphins were aware of his education
Yes.
background.
Education and
That
work
makes a lot of
experience.
sense. You think
Yep.
Dolphins are checking him out on like LinkedIn and trying to figure out who the best victim is coming up to
Yeah,
Cape Coral this
everyone's still
weekend?
in the water, and he's with a bunch of fucking
Oh man.
dudes who work at pizza shops and
Hmm.
guys who work in like IT or
They can't swing a hammer. They don't know how these weak,
landscapers, whatever.
you
They're
can't do
like, oh,
shit.
he's got an aerospace engineering degree and he works in
And
building
that kind of
stuff.
works in the water. I mean, it's like technical engineering. It's like,
Aerospace
He knows
In
about
water, it's fluid
pressure,
mechanics.
fluid
Fluid
mechanics.
mechanics,
Exactly.
same
Yeah. So
thing.
it translates, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it translates perfectly.
Translates exactly to what
So
they need.
basically, you're
So
saying he was asking for it when he got in that water that day. He was asking for
absolutely. Yeah, if you have so
it.
basically, if you have an aerospace
You
engineering
better
degree
know.
or
Yeah.
anything like that, you gotta be fucking careful now because
Oh
they're
yeah.
gonna get you.
Yep.
Yep.
So just take that as
So
a warning, folks. I know summertime's coming up. Get those beach bodies out there. But I mean, if you know anybody who has any technical ability to build dolphin cities, any city planners, any even DPW guys, I would say out of the water if I were
watch
you.
it.
They probably
Yeah.
need like service workers down there too. So I would be very careful going
Absolutely.
forward.
And remember the lady we talked about who had sex with the dolphin that she kept in her
Yes,
house?
she had a very. This is
She
not
flooded
fake.
her
You
house.
guys, fake folks. This is so real. It's really fucked up. It happened like in the
Yep.
70s.
It's just-
They
yep.
built a house that was in the ocean basically, and she went in there, it was an adolescent dolphin. She started jacking him off like every day. It was like a lot, and became a very sexual. And she was like, "Yeah, it's just he gets all angsty and pent up." Like
It's all angry.
she was not talking about it like it was like, oh, it's for science. She was like, I just want him to feel better. He gets nasty with me, he starts trying to rape me and stuff. So I just jack him off. It's like, what do you do with him? Every day, and you didn't think that was kind of weird at all? He's like, oh, we were trying to teach him how to talk, so I had to jerk his penis off every day. It's the weirdest experiment. They haven't done it again. Shocker on that one. But there's footage of her and the dolphin, and I just say this is the grossest shit I've ever seen. Of her just petting his head, and he literally is like getting a boner, just being like, I know what time it is. This bitch coming over. I know what time it is. And she's trying to teach him how to
Yeah.
say puppy, puppy. And he's like, ah. She's like, good. All right, show me your penis. It's like, what are we doing? You guys won't be surprised. The experiment was not a complete success. It was successfully made a dolphin
Or
addicted to woman hand jobs, but they didn't get it to talk like a person like they wanted to. So it was tough. Science isn't
any
always pretty,
thoughts on the
folks.
fact that that dolphin might have just kidnapped this guy?
Oh, you think that could have been young Gerald, and he's
That
looking
was
for a new
Gerald.
mate?
Well, he's looking to he's looking to build the house again.
Mate, oh, you guys, they want to build the water house again to get humans to come in.
Yes.
That
Get
could be
humans to
it.
come in.
Or it could have
So
been
he keep
Gerald. I mean,
getting
this is in the 70s. Dolphins, don't live forever. It could have been Gerald's dad telling him stories to do, but like, that could be you, son. But unfortunately, there's no humans for you. And he says, I'll be damned if I don't
yeah.
build my own. That's like my father
Yeah,
before me.
they kind of got
Yeah.
weirded
Told him
out.
tales.
No one knew that she was doing it because she was a hero for us,
Exactly,
and they took
exactly.
her
And the
from
humans
us.
didn't take it well. There actually was some legal discussions when it was all said and done about if it was really even legal what she
Yeah,
was doing with the dolphin and
well,
all
I
that
don't didn't.
stuff.
No one really knew she was jacking him off, right? Until like
No,
later.
no, it's like when the experiment came out, they wrote a
That
book
wasn't
about
part
it.
of the protocol. Like, we're gonna teach you to
Yeah,
talk, but here's what you're gonna do: try jacking him off first, and
that was
then
not part of the written form of the experiment. That's the setup. The hypothesis didn't have any jacking off in it. The double blind
nope.
studies did not have any jack offs in it.
No,
But yeah,
that
I think it was
wasn't
more like
like
when the
this
book
is
came
how
out about
this
it, people
has
were
to be
like,
done.
was that even legal to do? Can you just like have sex with animals? Like not for like any particular reason, just like to like make them feel better or whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. Seems kind of sketch. But she clearly
Pretty
was
fucked up.
passionate about her work. I'll give her that. She gave a shit. She came into work every day. She rolled up her sleeves. She spit on her hands, and then she got to work. And I can't
Well,
say I would do the same. I can't say I would.
she's driving her '70s car to Dunkin' Donuts, getting her coffee, her breakfast
Yeah,
sandwich, just driving over to the house.
licking her lips.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, no, I'm sure
Oh,
she
poor Gerald Senior. You must have missed her
Gerald Senior.
very badly when she left.
Well, dolphins they live a pretty long time. I mean, yeah, it could still be Gerald.
It could be.
Um,
I mean,
I think
let's look at their average lifespan. Not to say that Gerald couldn't have lasted longer. I mean, who's to say that jack-offs by humans doesn't like give you longer life as a dolphin? That experiment wasn't done. Unfortunately, it was a different.
there's not enough data. If
It was to get
that's
him to talk.
that's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gerald, yeah, he could be trying to rebuild the house because he knows
I wouldn't
that
rule it out. Is what I'm saying.
they're
Well, I
not
mean,
gonna do
they
this
live
again. So
40
he's
to
gonna have to
60
kidnap.
years, so he could be in his 60s now, Gerald, and he could have been the original
Yeah.
dolphin.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
It's not
No question.
out of the
Actually, it
question.
probably is. If I had to take a guess, it's probably him.
It's probably
Or like
now,
you said,
now
or
that
it's
we
his
say it,
son.
I'm almost convinced it's definitely is him because I don't know other explanation of why they're trying to build human-like structures. Dolphins don't need that unless they need humans to go in there and do their bidding, which sounds like it's definitely what they're doing as far as this guy is
Exactly.
concerned.
So
Wow.
so the thing is, they picked this guy first because he's the architect of their place or whatever he needs to do down
He's
there.
the engineer they need to
Whatever.
get the job done, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then next they're gonna start grabbing more people, but they're
Okay.
gonna grab different types. Gonna say, "Oh, it sounds like, oh, if you're just really stupid and you're swimming in the ocean on the west side of Florida, you're
Mhm.
safe." You might not be safe because Gerald might want to have sex with you.
Right, he could have particular needs. He sounds like he has in the past, and he might again.
He's picking people as he needs for the main goal. The
Yeah.
main goal might
It
be
might not
dumb
be an
people,
aerospace engineer next time, it might be, yeah, like you said, it could be a DPW worker, could be
prostitute.
a lot lizard, yeah, anyone,
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
Cafe Risque, that's a Florida staple, the truck stop that has showers and a lounge in it, that's always it could be
yep.
that. They could be that
Yep.
place there.
Nope. He could be looking for someone with experience with a lot of hand jobs next.
Yeah, maybe that place that
Yeah.
Robert Kraft went and got caught, that was in Florida. Maybe he needs some
Yep.
workers from there. They're obviously experts
Yeah.
in the
So
field.
I'd say no one's safe just because we think it's like, oh, you just have to be highly educated to stay on the
Right.
water. Not might not be
This
the
time that
case.
was the
Those people
case, but
might.
next time might not be.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
Exactly. So the thing is, Gerald
And
said
did
he's
they
coming
harm him in
back
any way?
from
Like, did they torture him and stuff, or they just kind of put him to work? I mean, are people in
from the
physical
work.
danger or just psychological danger of being kidnapped?
I mean, the concept itself is pretty dangerous being underwater like that, but
I think it's
I
highly
don't think
dangerous and
I don't
traumatic,
think
but
they were breaking out the whips and
they didn't
stuff
whip him or
yet.
anything. They didn't like get like
No.
a sea urchin and stick it up his ass or something and like get him motivated or anything.
They did a full analysis of his body, and the only thing they found was like some seaweed residue, water in his lungs, and they tested all that stuff,
Oh
and
shit!
it
Sounds like he was
shows.
smoking those Captain Nemo cigars down there with Gerald, maybe getting
Uh-huh.
seaweed in the
Hopefully, that
lungs.
would be. I wouldn't come back if that was the case,
Yeah.
but they did find that the aquatic uh, biologics that they had in
Mm,
his lungs
okay.
were in fact from way deeper out.
So
So
it's
it's
clearly he
not.
must have been out there, and it must have been getting in his
Yeah, they're
lungs
like, oh,
somehow.
that stuff's not on the shores. That's more like,
Right.
a mile off the coast.
Kind of weird though,
You
because
know,
he did have the diving bell style, maybe air pocket, because he shouldn't be getting any seaweed in his lungs, really, unless he's smoking the Nemo cigars. If he's in the
he
air,
shouldn't be, but I mean, if Gerald was doing mouth to mouth with him till they got out to the location,
he might have gotten some
um,
seaweed debris in the
yeah,
deep water.
he might have had
You think it was mouth to blowhole, maybe,
that's
so he
what I
could
was
ride on
saying.
his
Yeah,
back?
that's what I
Yeah,
meant. Yeah,
mouth
mouth
to
to
blowhole.
blowhole.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, he's like a parasitic attachment to the back of Gerald while they take the
Yeah, he's
ride
like
out
those
there.
those fish that go on the side of your fish tank, except it was Gerald's
Yep.
back,
Mhm.
and his mouth was
Yeah.
wrapped around his blowhole for the ride back.
Mhm. Yep.
Because
Yeah,
if
and
you're
they're
not an
going
expert diver and you have to go from 40 feet deep to the surface on one breath, and you have to swim to the shore, that's going to be difficult for anyone who's not already an expert at that kind of stuff. I wouldn't recommend anyone try that if they're not an experienced diver,
No,
free
not at
diver.
all. And think about how hard that would be too, because we don't have blowholes. So he
Right.
takes air in from Gerald's blowhole, and he has to breathe it. He has to detach for a second
Yeah, and
to
then blow it
exhale
out the carbon
for
dioxide.
what
Yeah.
could be a mile. That could
Yeah.
be, it could be 2 miles, could be 10. We don't
I
really
mean, no
know
one
yet
saw
because
him
he's a little
riding
disoriented.
in from the shore, riding Gerald's back. They found him on the beach, so I assume Gerald dropped him off like right near the shoreline. He must have been underwater for quite some time, which would be
Hmm.
very dangerous for anyone who's a land mammal. You know, obviously,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No
Well,
question.
this
So
is pretty interesting and spooky stuff here, and I'd say it's fascinating overall. Why don't we take our first commercial break? We'll talk a little more about the future of Gerald's project here and what might be going on and what you need to stay safe in our oceans, as well as any other story we can find on the internet about animals kidnapping humans. Stay tuned,
stay
stay
tuned,
safe,
guys.
and close those blowholes.
Florida man claims to have been kidnapped by dolphins and forced to build an underwater city.
Can you believe a dolphin Gerald kidnapped a Florida man and forced him to build an underwater city for a secret dolphin civilization?
It sounds like peak conspiracy bait, and somehow it still grabbed millions of people.
Welcome back to Gerald the podcast with Dylan and Joe. We are
We
just
better not get any cease and desist letters from Gerald's lawyers. I'm going to be so mad, but we're an edgy podcast, so we're going to risk it.
I won't be in the ocean for a couple months, so he'd probably be detained by then.
Mm.
Yeah, they're on him.
I'm going
obviously.
to the east coast of Florida literally tomorrow, and I hope he doesn't go around the whole Gulf. But if I learn anything from Jaws the Revenge, that's not going to stop him. One state.
It's not going to stop. No, not at all, dude. And you just
He probably swim that in a day.
just be careful.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. So just to recap, in case you guys already forgot.
Hopefully he doesn't need any AV assistance in his new condo down there, but 40 fathoms deep.
He's gonna want, dude. Their brains are huge. He's
I
gonna.
know.
He's
I really
gonna
hope he doesn't
like
need me for anything.
movie recs, like all these things. We got a lot of things to catch up on.
I'm gonna make my girlfriend stay at home in case he needs any, assistance like he used to back in the 70s. I don't want her getting involved in anything
No,
like that.
no. That's like
she's seen enough strange dinglings in her line of work, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be doing that.
I know a whale penis is called a dork. I wonder what a dolphin penis is called. We'll take calls out now. Go ahead, first caller.
Yeah, color one, please. It's called a dork.
Yeah, whale penis is called a dork, which is what you are. So you should know that by now, you dork.
I know. I just didn't know. I thought that it was just that. Like,
I don't know what came first, the dork or the dork.
Yuppie. Didn't know that meant something. Young urban professional.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it's not used in that parlance. I don't even know if it is derived from that word, but it certainly is the same spelling and the same pronunciation. So I don't know.
Like, oh, the yuppies are in town. It means the fucking gentrifiers. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Early gentrifiers, 21-year-olds out of college.
Yuppies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young urban professional.
Preppy
Didn't
yuppies.
learn that till this year.
I didn't know that either.
So leader Gerald escorts this guy off the coast, 40 feet below the surface.
Anonymous victim.
Yep, exactly. And communicates with the anonymous man who had to learn how to communicate with Gerald. And Gerald does only
because Gerald doesn't speak English. He never learned.
No.
They tried to teach him, but he never actually learned how to speak it.
Exactly. So I think it's not possible. If you are training your dolphin by jacking him off and then saying,
if that's not going to do it, then I don't think anything will. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Motivation not there.
Absolutely. And but so he does speak in clicks and whistles.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which
so you have to translate.
Help, this man understand Gerald. And there's some sort of bubble system. Mm-hmm. And it's just insane,
Absolutely.
So we're back to
obviously the case isn't over. Florida. I mean,
no, we got more to go.
This is an ongoing investigation to see. Gerald has not been detained or arrested. He's not even. Obviously must be a warrant for his arrest, I'd imagine. But me and Dylan looked into this, and the police reports are, I'd say, insufficient. Is putting it nicely, and a dereliction of duty would be more accurate to what's going on with this case. It seems like similar to a girl who gets, assaulted in college, going to the police department and they're saying, "Oh, boys will be boys," kind of thing. They seem to be shrugging this off as some sort of joke, which makes me sick to my stomach. Honestly, the people of Lee County should be outraged by this response by the Lee County Sheriff's Office. I think it's gross.
In today's day, with all that's going on, I mean, I'm on board with this.
There needs to be some accountability for the sheriff's office and for Gerald and whatever other Dolphins are in cahoots with them, aiding and abetting. I mean, they're also guilty. He didn't kidnap him alone, from what I heard. He had a whole pod with him to help drag this guy in forced labor. That's at least kidnapping. If not, multiple other crimes. Like, probably it's dolphin crimes. I don't know. I'm not a police officer. Well, how would I know? If Florida state statutes about this kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not the experts.
False imprisonment, definitely for 3 days. So that's not good.
That's some bad stuff there. Possibly rape.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. I mean, possibly. Obviously, if we know Gerald's game, the Stephen King book, it's going to be bad news. All kinds of games going on down there.
Opportunity's knocking. He's thinking it, especially if its long-term goal is to have a sustainable version of this.
Right. Maybe he wants a little appetizer before the main course. I mean, he's obviously a very frustrated dolphin. I think we can at least know that about him. He seems motivated and frustrated. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely.
So Dylan, what was the Lee County Sheriff's response to this whole thing? I do have a quote from them on Facebook. Do you have any more information about this?
Are you speaking of Carmine Marceno? Yes, you are.
I didn't. The Lee County Sheriff. I must be. Yeah, I don't have his name here. I just have Lee County Sheriff's Office weighing in here, and it was under the Lee County Sheriff's Facebook page. But please let me.
No, so I'm actually because I've got the background on him about why this is kind of a little
please
fishy here. It's a little fishy, Joe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of fishy stuff going on here.
Oh yeah, I think certainly
makes this whole thing a little unbearable.
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
So, you give me your side of things from the Facebook. Then I'll give you my side of things from the FBI.
You want me to go first?
Okay. Yes, please.
So the Lee County Sheriff's Office weighed in because obviously people are outraged on social media by this whole story. They're saying, is it real? Is it not real? Is this dolphin, is there a warrant out for his arrest? Is this man safe? Are we safe? Or is my family safe to go into the ocean in Lee County? And they seem to have shrugged it off as a big fucking joke, which I think is just disgusting. They wrote a Facebook post kind of dismissing the whole thing as nothing to worry about here. And here's a quote from their Facebook post from the Lee County Sheriff's Office. This is an official post from the Sheriff's Office in Lee County, Florida. While living in Lee County is paradise, quote unquote, we can confidently confirm the underwater real estate market has not been tapped into yet. We checked in with our newly implemented underwater construction investigation team and learned the dolphins of our oceans deny any involvement, which that just seems so flippant of a response for them. I mean, just really just gross. I mean,
well, it seems a little
they deny involvement. I don't think there's any indicator that even spoke to the Dolphins in the first place. This seems like they're just shrugging it off as a big laugh it up. Why don't you? Would you be laughing it up in forced labor for 3 days under the ocean? Would you be laughing about that? A kidnapping like this? I think they're just. It's a disgusting response. Is all I could say. It makes me sick to my stomach. That this is how they're reacting.
The thing is, they seem to.
What if this was your daughter? What if it was your son? I mean, come on, man.
I'm just not hooked on that response.
Neither am I.
They seem to be a little elusive.
Yeah, the whole Facebook post seems like kind of a bait and switch situation. Like, we're going to respond to it, but it's actually a big joke. Come on. They lured us in with this kind of response.
Little deep sea deception going on.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm getting the bends just reacting to this kind of post on Facebook of all things. Come on.
Because what we know is it's not a tall fishtail. This could be real.
No. There's no ifs, ands, or dorsal fins about the whole thing. I think we should all be very taking this seriously. I mean,
they're cracking up over there while we're here trying to get a hook in on a possible story.
Absolutely.
Is a little sus shell.
Yeah, and I think they should really use some muscle and really.
All right, that's off the scales.
Like mussels? Eat those. They're seafood. But I mean, what do you have about them? Is there you have a direct quote from the sheriff? Because I didn't. That was just the Lee County account. So I don't know if you have any sheriff response.
No, I don't. Back to sus shell stuff that is off the scales that you can sink your teeth into.
Right.
That Sheriff Carmine Marceno was recently bad guy.
Were you just talking in dolphin right then, or that was you just tisking his? Because that sounded like you were trying to talk in dolphin to the audience there. You're not trying to podcast the dolphins, are you? Because a podcast would be a good version for dolphins, because a group of dolphins is called a pod.
Wow.
And casting is another nautical term too. I didn't really use before.
It is, yeah. Casting, yep.
Casting a wide net as well.
Casting a wide net on this one. Good, all solid, dude.
All good, all funny.
Sheriff Carmine Marceno was the subject of an FBI and U.S. attorney investigation regarding allegations of money laundering, kickbacks, and misappropriation of funds.
You weren't kidding. Something does smell fishy around here. This seems like corruption to the highest level. What the fuck?
Exactly. He was chumming up the waters with a possible story about a dolphin to cover up his little trap.
Wow. He seems like he's trying to get his beak wet when it comes down to all this extra cash.
He does like to
dip his toes in the water.
Dig his claws in.
Oh yeah,
I bet he does. Some corruption. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he, but it's so weird because he was money laundering, getting kickbacks, and misappropriation of funds that involved a consulting contract for a local jeweler. reported by
jeweler.
WGCU. So well over
what does a
$100,000
jeweler
in
need
gifts.
with a contact with a sheriff? I wonder. This seems sketchy as hell.
Well, that's what I was wondering about this. Jeweler, Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Maybe they know each
Obviously,
other.
Epstein's involved somehow, of course, yes.
Yeah, probably. And
do you think that this might be part of Gerald's project? Like it's a front, oh, I'm building condos, oh, I'm building the Dolphin house, but really there's treasure down there. And they're trying to cover it up. And maybe the Lee County is taking this all as a big joke on the surface. But if you dive into the story and go deep enough, then you understand they're actually just trying to say, why don't you throw us some money our way and we'll keep this whole thing, underwater, as it were. We'll keep it nice and quiet for everybody else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know.
My thought is that this is all also tied to like a human trafficking thing. And
almost
Gerald
certainly. I mean, there's already been kidnapping and imprisonment, so yeah.
But Gerald is building a prison for everyone on the Epstein list.
You think
he can use them. Yeah, so he can.
I had not thought about this wrinkle involvement in the story. Obviously, we've already established that marine animals can get to any island, including Little St. James, so it wouldn't be a problem for Gerald to get there. Obviously, it might take a little while.
But the jeweler and the sheriff are bad dudes. So they're probably Little St. James folks. And they...
So anyway, they'll be the only ones to serve justice in this. Because Gerald has to be the ones serving the justice, because the United States Department of Justice is not doing it.
Well, we're hoping Gerald gets him. Yeah.
Maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe he's the hero we need instead of the villain that we fear.
Yeah, I don't think he's the villain. I mean, he still might require acts of service.
Well, that's kind of villainous.
Payment.
That's a little villainous. Maybe he's more of like an anti-hero where he's like not perfect, but like he gets the job done at the end of the day, kind of thing,
Well, yeah, exactly. It's it's the devil,
Yeah, for sure.
Is better than the one you don't. So we know what Gerald needs and wants, but he's going to start small by cracking into the little bit of bad people associated with some really bad things in the world and putting them in their place.
I hadn't considered that aspect of it. I really did see it as more of a local crime, but maybe it is a larger scale. I mean, if the Federal Bureau of Investigations is involved with corruption in Lee County, obviously this goes a little bit deeper than we first thought. I didn't know that.
It does, but what a better place for these folks than rock bottom,
Yeah, honestly, that's where they belong, because they've been riding high for way too long, just jumping over the sunset, and they deserve to be. I think we should give them cement shoes. Honestly, these people who act this way.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I can
Gerald
see how
might
it feels
be
down there in Davy Jones' locker.
So the thing with Gerald will be back next week. He said.
Okay.
The guy said that Gerald's coming back to get him.
This is an ongoing story. This podcast it's our job, as we always say when we have a breaking news story. We will not drop it. The lamestream media might drop it once the memes end, but too bad for them. We're gonna keep following this story. We're gonna keep our bottle noses to the grindstone.
Absolutely.
We're gonna stay on the case. So when more news comes
stay
out about Gerald, you'll hear it from us. That's I can guarantee you that.
It'll be a lot quicker than a message in a bottle.
Absolutely.
From us.
And
so that's all we know right now.
That's our Pontiac promise. Okay, you heard it here first.
Pontiac promise.
That's right.
That is as we know, that's what we know from we're ground coverage. We're boots on the ground here, reporting on Gerald the Dolphin and
possibly
Lee County
boots on the ground in Iran, because I believe the age of draft cuts off at 35. Is it, Dylan?
Depends. It changes. So like
they change it depending on
the general draft. So if we did a Vietnam again, it's 35. But if it's like a full, like if the world's at war, it's 42.
Okay, so let's go with 35. We just gotta. Well, I'm too far away. I'm gonna have to probably go. But you might be able to hang on and just for another. What is it? 7 months? About
something like that. Aren't you like on the spectrum or something?
No, I wish.
Can't you get out of this with like your mental disorder? No,
no, I don't think so. I think I might fail the physical, and they might go, okay, yeah, you can't go. But I think my brain is
sure.
My vision and my brain is good enough that they might be able to use me to like fucking I don't know, like
bait drones by running out in the middle of the desert. Like back in the day when there's a sniper and they're like, all right, you just run zigzags, I will take the shots.
Right, yeah. I think that might be what they use me for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, even if
I'm
you're
not
physically
looking forward
disabled,
to
you pop your head up in that window, you got a job to do.
Mhm.
You're good to go. We don't like to just put helmets on broomsticks anymore. We like the real thing. So
Well,
there'll be a place.
the drones can smell fear, and broomsticks have no fear, so you have to actually pop your head up.
Yeah,
and they
you
can
really
see.
got to be convincing. So
Yeah, the retinal scan and the thermal imaging. Brooms are not 98.6, so they'll know the difference. Yeah, you gotta have live meat for those targets. So, anyways, we might be going within the year.
I'd be going. I mean, it'd be man, it'd be a lot of one. The U.S. Army did reject me in 2012.
Wouldn't that just be a
show you the letter and everything?
Now look
So
who's
I can say,
crawling back
hey,
to you.
Hey, yeah, right. You had your chance, okay?
You had
your fucking
I
chance.
volunteered.
Here's my little fucking email letter thing, whatever I got.
Mm-hmm.
You are all set. And now you want me
it's
back
good you
now?
still have the same Yahoo Mail account from when you were 17, so you can just pull that right up. 90,000
17. I was like 20, 21, 22 then.
Oh, were you 22? I thought you were younger than that. Yeah. That's my mistake.
No. I didn't talk to them until I was that age. And then besides doing chin-ups at the Marine Corps station at the cafeteria.
Well, they've had your name on the list ever since you were at Civil Air Patrol, so they've had their eye on you for some time, I'm sure.
I served my time, dude. I put in 4 years there.
You were in the barracks.
I did my service. I'm
Private
trained
pile.
to find down airplanes with 1950s technology. I got this.
That'd be my argument, is that although I don't want you to go any more than I want anyone to go, you'd be much more well-suited. You already have the training and expertise that they need. I'm
from Civil Air Patrol.
I'm a little noodle boy. They don't want me. I can't help them out. Yeah.
I know how to piss myself and not tell anyone.
Yeah. And actually, whenever I piss myself, I scream it to the rafters. I want everyone in town to know. They don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big snitch.
Have you learned how to pee your pants on day one of basic training, and then you are only issued 2 pairs of pants, and you can't wear the pee ones anymore, and they won't. You can't. They will not dry in 7 days because they check your locker every day, make sure everything's folded the way it should. So you have to fold them because you can't tell you that they're covered in piss.
Yeah, you can't hang them on the flagpole to dry out.
Nope.
Like you'd want to.
You can't hang them on the window. There's no washing machine, nothing. You can't even hang them up in your closet because they'll know, why are your pants hanging? You're fucked. You're going to be shot immediately.
Then you're going to piss the second pair, and now you're going to have 0 pairs, and that'll be even worse than having only one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't wear those because then they'll go, Jesus H. Christ, what the fuck is this? And I'll go, what? And they'll go, you pissed? Is that piss on your pants? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They say, you're from Texas. You know what comes from Texas? Nothing but steers and queers. I don't see horns on your head, so what does that make you?
Jelly donut.
I don't know, man. I'm not very good at hiding that. I can confidently say
jelly donuts
between the age of probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 to now. Anytime I've pissed myself, I haven't told a goddamn soul. So I think it's pretty quiet.
I've told everyone immediately. I have some of my best stories about pissing myself. So yeah.
Luckily, it hasn't happened.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the last time it happened, I was like 18 years old, and I was drunk, and I slept through the whole thing. I Andrew Thrained myself.
Nice.
Shout out to Andrew. But that was the last time I pissed myself. Thank God. Which I'm surprised.
Beer pee, so it's clear and it doesn't smell, and you're like, did someone pour water on me?
Yeah, but I knew it happened because I looked down and I was like, it looks like I dropped a water balloon on my fucking lap, and I was like, I know I didn't do.
Guys,
it was no water games. I knew what I did. But luckily now, I never get drunk enough to the point where I would lose function of my body. So that's lucky for me. But the older you get, the more likely it is to happen. Your tense, your prostate and everything else gets a little looser and everything. So I'm not ruling it out. I'm not judging people if it happens to them. I mean, it's okay. It happens to people. It's an accident. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Just don't do it in front of a bunch of kids. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Yep. No, you got that right. So yeah, what else what other animals have been taking people around?
Yeah, I thought I would look up some other stories about people being kidnapped by animals. Obviously,
I know one comes to mind, but I don't know if we start with that one.
Well, I think that you can do that one because I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Honestly,
it's too sad.
not Harambe, not our boy
Harambe.
Harambe.
Yes.
Oh no, that was not a kidnapping. That was not. I would
No,
not
it was
say
not, but it
that was not
wasn't.
a
He fell
kidnapping.
in, but
That
it's
kid fell in, and
had a
Harambe didn't touch a hair on his pretty little head, and they shot Harambe. I will not hear Harambe as a kidnapping perpetrator.
All right, good. Okay, all right. Yep, I'm fine
We are a
moving on from
gorilla
that 'cause I
positive
don't-
podcast here, Dylan. I will not hear any slander against Harambe or his mother, Hamambe, who was killed by George Bush Sr. after she met him. So I won't hear any of that. Okay. No, he did not kidnap that boy.
So
That boy
horrible.
fell in, and people were afraid he would be attacked. And actually, one of the reasons I was just going to bring that up, Dylan. One of the reasons why it's hard to find animal kidnap stories is because animals don't usually kidnap; they usually just kill you. They don't like kidnapping is like more of a human centric thing where humans understand the idea of like fear and like threats
hostage.
and hostage situations. And in the animal kingdom, there are hostage situations like a lot of insects will take insects hostage and birds will take birds hostage. There's versions of it, but mostly in the animal kingdom, when there's aggression, it's fight or flight. It's not a lot of, hey, you're under arrest. You're coming in for questioning.
Yeah.
You're either going to fight or you're going to die, and that's the whole thing of it. So it's pretty rare. But I do have a couple stories of animals kidnapping people, which I will not add Harambe to that list because he wasn't going to kidnap the kid. He was either going to not do anything or he was going to beat the kid's goddamn body to a bloody pulp. But I'm glad we didn't see that. That would have been not fun.
That would have been bad.
But this one is the number one story that comes up, and it has to do with kidnapping and animals, but not quite in the same way as Gerald's whole deal down there. Kidnappers planned to force a 12-year-old girl into a marriage, and a pride of lions came to her rescue. So the animals actually thwarted the kidnapping. It's a reverse kidnap. Humans did the kidnapping. Lions did the SWAT team shit. So I thought this was a fun story.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'll run through this article with us real fast just so that our listeners can hear about this.
Yep.
Happened in 2005, so it was about 21 years ago, almost. A 12-year-old girl who had been kidnapped. This is in Ethiopia. She was kidnapped, beaten, and missing for a week, but she was found alive after 3 lions in Ethiopia chased off the captors and protected her. Reports claim the girl was taken by a group of 7 men who sought to force her into marriage. Disgusting behavior. They stood guard until we found her, quote unquote, and they just left her like a gift and went back into the forest. The lions did. The lions scared off all the kidnappers, and instead of attacking the girl, instead of eating the girl for supper, they stood around her and waited until people came to rescue her. Sergeant Wandimu Wendaju told NBC News of the pride's actions afterwards. He said, if the lions had not come, it could have been much worse. Often these young girls are raped and severely beaten to force them to accept marriage. The girl was shocked and terrified and had to be treated for cuts from the beatings, he said. But reports say that without the lions being there, it would have been an awful scene. A young girl whimpering could be mistaken for the mewing of a lion cub, which could in turn explain why they didn't eat her. And he added, everyone thinks this is some kind of miracle because normally lions would attack people. That is interesting. I don't think that the lions necessarily believed she was a lion cub. I don't think you can just make a sound with your mouth and then trick them. Like if you go up to a lion, and you just go like meow meow. They're like, oh, okay, it's a lion cub.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that works. I mean, I don't know what happened
your head
here,
off,
but I don't think it was her crying that like tricked them. I don't know. What do you think happened here? If you had to guess, I don't know why didn't they kill her?
That's
and they were still there when the rescuers arrived. So obviously they didn't just leave her alone. They stood around her. Weird.
Yeah, and they're smart and intelligent, and they, from my experience with my whale, that's all I can relate to.
Well, you have a cat, and lion's brains and domesticated cat's brains, whether they're not the same brain, they are very similar, much like a wolf and a dog. You know, they're of the same family of animals.
Yeah, and they're especially because of the location of where these ones are, they are around poachers and shitty shitholes, shitbags, and fucking the worst of the worst.
Yeah,
but they're also around other forms of villages and cities, where they might have a perspective on a little bit of confusion, like why are some try to kill us, and then some of them are, 2-year-old girls who are,
Right.
innocent and harmless, and they might have some sort of perspective on it, especially if they know the really bad guys. I
Yeah.
mean, your cats, they know what's up. I mean, if you're not feeling well, they totally know. They know all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make sense. I mean, yes, it is in the wild, there's a lot of animals that eat their cubs and do fucking fucked up shit and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's all
But
kinds of circumstances.
but yeah, I mean, from my experience, like with the whale, and this is, not a whale's tale. This is a, you know, true story of me trying to save a whale that washed up on the beach in York, Maine in 2022.
Yeah.
And I, me and a bunch of dudes were trying to push it back out to sea, which is extremely difficult if you ever tried.
They're
And the whale
notoriously
was
the heaviest animals in the world, whales. So I can see how that'd be difficult.
very hard. Yeah. And when we were with it, we're all talking to it and rubbing it and making it feel at home.
Mm-hmm.
And it just now, it obviously was, if it's a whale, it's aware of boats and us of some sort.
Yeah,
but it's probably never been had bear hug from me, which I
definitely.
did.
Yeah, I would say that's never happened to it. Yeah,
No, and it knows the gentle touch and that it's trying to be helped. So
it is a
even a
mammal
whale,
after
which
all.
is a lot different than a lion, knew that we were a source of help and good, because when we were with
You
it, it
weren't
was
trying
super
to
calm.
harm it or attack it or anything. You weren't ripping chunks out of
No.
it with your knives or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly, which some would do, but
Some
like those
assholes would do
poachers
that.
would do that with those animals. And
Right,
then,
yeah.
so it was very, 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 very interesting and
Yeah.
good feeling until, we had to leave them. But when we tried to push as the waves came in, because we thought the water would kind of get under him, make him a little buoyant and
Yeah,
whatever,
you
just
need a
kind of get
lot of
him
water
into
to move
deep
that
enough
fucking
water
thing.
so he can use his, rear tail there.
Yeah.
It when we pushed, it flapped its tail. When we didn't push, it didn't flap its tail.
Yeah, so it
And
knew
then,
that's the move, to get out there.
yeah, and then when the cops came and made us all leave, it freaked out.
It
And
knew
it
it was
wasn't freaking out when we were there.
like the good comforting part, the helpful part's over, and now, like any smart mammal, when the cops are there, it ain't gonna go good. They put 2 bullets in its head, and that was that.
I wish. No.
Oh,
Way
usually they
worse.
do that. Did they tase it? They said, get on the fucking get on your stomach.
Pepper sprayed it. Get on the fucking ground. Yeah,
Get on your
exactly.
stomach right now, and it couldn't flop over.
They went in there and put their knees on its neck. Yeah, exactly.
They put their knees on his blowhole so he couldn't breathe. Fucking.
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
I think you're onto something there. And although they're obviously
not many people get this experience that I did, and it was totally aware.
I'm sure. There's a wide range of intelligence and awareness when it comes to mammals, obviously. But mammals are the most aware and intelligent animals on the planet. Their brains are the most developed and complex. And whales, in particular, are some of the smartest animals on the planet, along with
orcas. Fucking insane. Yeah.
So
everything.
I think that has something to do with this Ethiopian rescue thing there. I can't say this for a fact. Obviously, experts would know much more about this kind of thing. But animals do sense, like, when things are a threat, when things are helpless, when things are, like the aggression, the reservation, the submissiveness. Like, any mammal knows when something's being submissive or aggressive. And I think that there's a good, like when you see like a dog meet like a newborn baby, they could jump all over you, and they see a baby. They don't jump all over. They go like, "Oh, that's just like a baby human." Like they take it easier. They're more relaxed. They're more cautious about it. They know about with their own babies, but they know about with other babies too, like human babies. So I would imagine that if I had to guess, that something like that happened where they saw these adult men being aggressive and violent towards her, and they treated them in kind. They probably ran in there, scared the shit out of these guys, being like, "Hey, we're the lions, get out of here." When they saw that girl being submissive and had already been harmed and was like a weak, animal that had been harmed, they didn't, if they weren't hungry, like, they wasn't dinner time, they didn't treat it as she's not a threat at all. If anything, she needs to be protected. Like if a little lion cub got injured or whatever, they would think, well, this thing's no threat at all. It needs to be protected. So that would be my guess, that not that they were so worried about her safety, but more that they treat her like, oh, this little girl is not a threat to us. We don't need to be aggressive to her. We can just kind of like, hang out. I don't think, I think if they were hungry, unfortunately, I think there's a decent chance they would have done more to her, but I think that they were not. I think that they just thought they saw all these aggressive men, and they're in their territory, and they said, we're going to scare these guys right off. And if they try to fight us, we're going to fucking crush their skulls with our powerful jaws. But I think that girl probably didn't do anything aggressive to those lions. If anything, she looked victimized and looked hurt. And they probably thought, well, she's no threat. People forget often in nature, everything is like a betting game. Even the most powerful creatures say, should I spend this much energy to put myself in harm's way if I don't have to?
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't think they should, why would a lion even try to attack a thing that's not even trying to hurt them? It's like, well, I'm not going to waste all my energy. I haven't eaten a zebra in 2 weeks. I'm going to waste all these calories on beating up this poor girl. Forget it. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, or like you said, if they already ate,
they figured,
good guess.
I'm nice and full. I don't need any more food. This girl's being attacked. These aggressive guys need to get out of here because they're not going to run my town. But this poor girl's, crying and she's all beat up. She's probably injured from getting beat. So they figured she's no threat at all. Just let her be. That'd be my guess. But anyway, if I was that little girl,
same.
It's the opposite of Soul Surfer. I'd be like, I'm throwing my life into taking care of the lions of Ethiopia because these things saved my life, and I'm going to make sure that I can return the favor and get these fucking poachers out of here.
Yep. And the first thing
or go into like women's rights. Why is a 12-year-old girl being forced into a marriage? Maybe I go into that instead. But anyways,
both of them. And
that's amazing.
Also, the first thing I do is get a giant lion tattoo on my back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Scare off
no
those
question.
Creeps.
Lions always got my back.
But yeah, just an amazing story and very sad, but had a happy ending. I would say, not the kind of happy ending that Gerald wants, like the happy ending that like morality wants. For good family friendly happy ending.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you think? Want to take one more break in our last segment? We'll do a couple more animal kidnap stories.
Yep.
Sounds good, man. We'll see you on the other side of the break. And you guys just relax, sit back, and if any animals are threatening you with kidnapping, first of all, you scream out, you scream help or fire. You say, I don't know you, and you kick them in the balls. And then you find your nearest adult and you call a police officer. Okay? Stay safe out there, folks.
A zoo under fire for shooting and killing an endangered gorilla instead of tranquilizing him after the animal dragged a child around its enclosure. The child had fallen into that enclosure. Officials are now defending their actions. ABC's Alex Perez has the latest from the Cincinnati Zoo. And we warn you, some of the video you're about to see may be disturbing. Alex?
Hey, good morning, Robin. The gorilla exhibit here remains closed, but I wanted to give you an idea of the height of that barrier that the child climbed over. This is a baby gate. The barrier was about this high, 3 feet tall.
The image is jaw-dropping.
Oh, my God!
A 450-pound gorilla dragging around a 3-year-old boy like a rag doll. This morning, the Cincinnati Zoo defending its decision to put down the 17-year-old endangered silverback named Harambe.
That child's life was in danger, and people who question that or are Monday morning quarterbacks or second guessers don't understand that you can't take a risk with a silverback gorilla. They're very big.
A child has fallen into the gorilla cage.
The nerve-wracking ordeal unfolding Saturday afternoon. The child's mother watching from above.
Mommy's right here.
Authorities say the child climbed over the 3-foot barrier, made his way through wires and bushes, and then plunged the 15 feet into the moat. The gorilla cornering the boy and then picking him up.
This child was being dragged around. His head was banging on concrete. This was not a gentle thing.
At one point, the primate stops and appears to hold the child's hand, later propping the boy up from behind and eventually dragging him all the way to the other side of the cage. After 10 excruciating minutes, officials made the decision to shoot and kill him, saying that a tranquilizer dart would have been too risky.
They had to do something very quickly. The dart takes too long. The child would not have a chance.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad you're home safe and sound and no animals are writing ransom notes to your family. I wonder what that would be like, Gerald's ransom note. Would it be all clicks and clacks, or do you think that he'd be able to physically, maybe he can understand English and write it and read it, but he just can't vocalize it?
100% sure about that because of like the elephants drawing pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a dolphin can draw a picture.
Oh, I know they can draw pictures. I wonder if they can like write language though and be like,
that'd be the funniest ransom note. Just
we want $10 million in mackerel or else it's your ass or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or whatever kind of fish they like. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say all the bait fish, the mackerels, the herrings,
the beta fish.
Beta fish. Yep.
All the above.
Mackerel's a good one. for them. Definitely.
You want me to get some more stories of animals with people?
I got one.
Let's hear it.
It's not, I don't know. It's just worth noting because this is a verified true story.
Please.
In 1990 something, let's just say 97.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Nope. Tiba. First name's last name Tiba. 54 went missing on Thursday while checking on her vegetable garden on Muna
Thursday.
Island.
I like to have the day of the week, but not the day. Anyways, it was Thursday. We know that.
Thursday in the Sulawesi province in Thailand.
Okay.
Huge search was mounted by local people. They found her sandals and a machete a day later. And then 30 meters away from all that, so like 100 feet, they found a giant python with a bloated belly.
Kidnapped
So,
by python.
Yeah, Roe is right. They go, oh, shit, this is bad. And her feet were sticking out of the mouth.
Oh, no. It wasn't even finished consuming her.
All the way there yet. So they cut him open, and she was inside.
But she was obviously not alive at that point.
No, that would be not good. So
yeah, even if you were alive when it started eating you, which you're not, you'd be suffocated by the time your body was in its stomach. But really what happens with all pythons and constrictors is that it suffocated her while she was alive, and then when she was dead, then it started to eat her.
Yeah, exactly.
So they probably found her hours after she was already dead. Like they couldn't have saved her at that point, but still a grim scene to be sure.
Fucking disgusting, and then it dissolves her. Horrible.
Yeah.
It also happened in 2002 with a 10-year-old boy in South Africa.
Oh my god!
And
these snakes are being eating people.
Another person in Thailand who was 25.
25. It's crazy. You think it must be like little babies and stuff, but it's a fully grown adults.
I would think that they're short.
Well, yeah, they're not eating Shaquille O'Neal, but I mean, it's not like a 4-year-old. 25 years old, you're getting killed by a python. That's terrifying.
Yeah, that sucks. Real bad. Real bad.
I mean, it's all bad, but damn.
Yeah, so I got better stories after that one, but it's always worth noting that the python's swallowing people.
I mean, I wouldn't consider that straight up kidnapping, but like it's a version of it. Like it's not like killing you right away. It's like taking you hostage and you can't move and you're slowly dying.
Yeah, well, like I said, he gets constricted, like it suffocates you, breaks your fucking ribs or whatever it does, and then you're toast, and then it eats you. What a fucked up.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely. I know we have our scale of how we'd like to be killed by animals, but I still put high on my list big cats that know what they're doing because they go for the brain stem, and if they can get that, then you're going to die way faster than being slowly constricted over the course of an hour by a giant muscle wrapped around your body. I mean, that's going to be so torturous.
Disgusting, wet, slimy,
and the panic that's coming over you. Like, if a mountain lion gets the back of your skull, it's going to hurt real bad for a little bit of time. And then you're not going to know what happened after that. It's be like, you're none the wiser. Your nervous system shuts down. Your heart shuts down. It's over. But when every breath you take, every time you breathe, you exhale and your diaphragm goes in and it squeezes a little bit harder, you are painfully aware of the situation you're in, and the panic's going to set in, and that's going to be shorter breaths, faster breaths, and it's going to keep. I mean, good lord, that's going to be a bad way to go. No,
terrible. Nope, all set.
I would think like one of the better versions would just be like get trucked by an elephant and like it hits you like a bus and just instantly kills you. Like just your skull just caves in. Like that'd be one of the better ways. Like if the quicker the better. Really, I don't need to have this drawn out. But animals aren't doctors, so that they don't kill you. They're not assassins. They're not trying to kill you quickly and painlessly. They're just trying to take you down. So, I mean, some of those people get killed by hippos. That's not quick. Those things aren't predators, but they do kill more people than any animal in Africa.
And and if they do chomp on you, I mean, you've seen videos of them eating pumpkins. It's like nothing.
You're the pumpkin in that case. Not good.
Not good.
They don't slice your throat and wait for you to bleed out. They fucking crush your entire skeleton like a pumpkin, and you gotta fucking bleed inside your body. That can't be fun.
Yeah, and some murky shit. Fucking water. Yeah.
Oh yeah, or those crocodiles. They don't kill you either. They drag you in. And they pin you underwater.
Death roll.
Yeah. The death roll. Yeah. You don't. That's not quick. It's very painful, and
No.
it's.
And
I mean,
since
they
they're
strike
even
you
more
quick, they hit you quick, but you don't die
Yep.
quick. God damn.
Yeah, they fucking spin and pull you under. And then what they like to do too, because they found a lot of bodies like this. Well, they'll find one, they'll drag you down, and then for some reason, because they're just fucked up too. I'm looking at one right now.
Oh yeah.
They'll bring you and put you like under a tree underwater because they like you to break down a little bit before they eat you.
Oh, so you don't float away?
Yeah, and that like they'll let you decompose a little bit. They like a dirty chum.
That's rough. That is awful and disgusting. Maybe it's a little bit of nature, kind of pre-digesting
Soften
for
you
you.
up.
Yeah,
That's
it
what they like
soften
to
you up a
do.
bit.
Well,
Oh,
that's why they have
vile.
like they always say they find rocks in their stomach because they like to put rocks in there so they break their food down a little more.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah.
That is gnarly. I mean, they are,
primal.
although they are, obviously perfect cold-blooded killing machines. They've been around
God's
for
perfect
since
cold-blooded
dinosaur
killing
times.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they might not be as well adapted to eating modern animals.
Fork and
but
knives.
They figure it out. Yeah, they figure it out. They got their ways of doing things. Yeah. Have you seen the video where the guy goes along the pond and he brings the shovel and he bops all the crocs on the nose that don't run in? I'll put that as one of the commercial breaks for us. It's like
Please
a GoPro video of a guy. It's like a first-person shooter, but the guy has like a shovel and he's running around with the shovel. And almost all the crocs they just dive right in the pool because they know the shovel's coming. And then one of them goes, "Hey!" and he bops it on the nose, in it goes. Keeps running. All of them that try to challenge him, he bops it in the nose, and in they go. But a lot of them, they don't like to go in. They start trying to snap at him, and he just bops him with the shovel right in the water. He puts like 30 crocodiles in the water in like 20 seconds. He just runs by, and they all know the program. I think he's trying to like clean up the exhibit or whatever. He doesn't want them like coming behind him, but it is pretty funny. And all these awful beasts, and he's just running right at them, and they're just diving in. They're diving in. They don't want to get bopped with the
shovels.
But every once in a while, one of them goes, "You know what? I'm going to fight the shovel today." And
Fuck
this.
this.
Bang,
Yeah.
right in the nose, and then in they go. They know the program.
I love that guy who wakes up every morning with his coffee and goes, "Well, I gotta get to work."
Yeah. Where's my trusty
First
bopping
thing-
shovel?
Yeah,
you don't go in there with a
GoPro
plunger. You go in there with a
bopping
full shovel. Yeah. And I'm
That's
sure
great.
that he didn't do that the first day. He looked like a professional. He was running. He was like running. He wasn't like walking by, being careful. He was like, "Yeah, there we go, folks," just like at a full sprint, and they were going in the water so fast because they knew what time it was. But that's a great one. We'll throw that one in for all the folks viewing online. The shovel bopping guy.
Absolutely. Yep.
But like any group, you have a group of any 30 things. If it's 30 people, 30 dolphins, 30 gators, a couple of them, they're always going to be a little bit more resistant to authority. They're going to try to fight back. But the shovel gets them in the nose. Everyone starts paying attention when they get hit with a shovel, don't they? They wake up
They
real
sure
fast.
do. Yeah, nose bop to the nose.
I know.
shovel.
I would
Oof.
comply a lot faster hitting a spade
hurts
shovel
so
right to the
bad.
fucking
Oh my God.
nose there.
Yep. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they mean business.
Crazy town. All right, what do you got?
Yeah, I thought I would bring up another case of a human with animals, and there's actually 3 of them that are cases here, and they're all very similar. And I think it has to do with this particular type of animal and how well suited it is to live among humans. Why it wouldn't, completely turn on them or attack them or eat them when they're hungry or whatever. But the first and earliest case is Oksana Malaya from Ukraine. She was an 8-year-old girl who lived with dogs for 6 years in a kennel. This is an abusive situation. Obviously, the kidnapping, again, not done by the animals, but the animals lived among her, and they were all kidnapped together. And she crawled in there for warmth because of severe parental neglect. But because her parents never took care of her as their own daughter, she lived like she was a dog with the dogs for years. And she walked on all 4s. She barked like a dog, and she had dog-like characteristics, like the way that she would respond to different stimuli. And I think it was like her coping mechanism of trying to live without being raised by parents is like living among the dogs. So she became like one of the pack of the dogs there and became like a little dog girl of Ukraine, which I think is a wild story.
Dog girl.
Yeah.
Is this the type of town in Ukraine that has a mail truck, or are we talking a wagon?
We're
not sure.
I'm not sure. That's a really good question. I'm not sure.
Probably not a mail place.
No. Well, yeah.
No one's getting
I would
mail.
say probably not
Okay.
like a mail truck as we'd know it, if there even was a truck.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because obviously this was happening for long enough that that they got away with treating her like this. But the good news at the end of that story is that she was rescued by authorities and eventually was put in therapy and hospitalized. And she is now a member of society, a functioning member of society. She doesn't, I wouldn't say she doesn't bark anymore. She might still bark. I mean, she might, when she's sleeping,
Gotta
she
get
might
this
start
girl
to
a
scratch her
podcast.
ear with her leg. Yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
No, but she's much like the guy who was kidnapped by Gerald. She is anonymous now. You can't interview her. They didn't want her to be, like a freak show for the rest of her life. So she's now like living her own life, and she doesn't. She's like off the grid kind of thing. Like they've. I think she changed her name actually, just so that they wouldn't have to people finding her and asking her. Even it's a fascinating story. I would want to know about it, but as being a victim, a child neglect victim, it's like, yeah, they want to let them have their own life now after all that's over with. But I would love to know. I would love to just fly over to Ukraine, set up this microphone right here, obviously bring some treats or whatever, and just really pick her brain and see what that was all like. I mean, if she remembers it, what she felt like, how it was like to transition from that level to like going to school, learning how to like read and talk and stuff. Like that must have been a wild experience to go through. It's going to be crazy.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, this isn't. I would not call a full recovery from that. I mean, if you're that severely abused,
I don't think she'll ever be normal ever. I mean, even if she can act normal, she's traumatized for the rest of her life. There's no way you're going to be normal. I mean, when you're a kid, it's the most important time in your life for forming who you are, and that was by dogs and her parents being abusive. So yeah, she's never going to be really normal.
Yeah.
But she's not.
Yep.
She's not dead, so that's good.
Yep.
But yeah, I would love to meet this person.
Yeah, no, it reminds me.
I bet she's great with dogs. I don't care. I mean, that might be a distrustful joke, but I bet she's really good. Like she's like the dog whisperer. More, some dogs they just know if people are like cool or not.
She's good.
They probably know like she's one of like she's definitely cool.
She's
like,
top dog. Dog.
She is the top dog. Yeah. So shouts out to Oksana, the dog girl.
Oksana, dog girl. Exactly what she wants to be remembered by.
Probably wouldn't call her that.
We've talked about this guy before, but Timothy Treadwell, who went to call AKA the Grizzly Man.
The Grizzly Man, of course. How could his anniversary was just last week? The anniversary of his death.
Wow, they fucking whacked him in the cold.
Yeah, they went. I guess in March. They said.
I thought he went in the summer. Shit, what an idiot!
I thought it was the summer because I thought it was like
March is not the summer.
The salmon season or whatever.
It's Alaska.
It must have been the anniversary of the movie. It couldn't have been the anniversary because he must have gone in the summertime. It was like
maybe this is the start of the season for the Bears. So maybe he was up there.
I mean, maybe they're waking up
so
for
he's like, "Hey,
hibernation.
good morning, Kodiak."
I don't know. I just read an internet thing that it was the anniversary, and I just remember that because you just brought that up. And I was like, "Oh yeah, the Grizzly Man. How could I forget? I mean, how could I forget him?"
Yeah, because they welcomed him with open arms, except for one. He became a school teacher, open mouths, full claws. Yeah. And
I
always said there was just one.
Don't feel bad for him. I feel bad for the girlfriend. I mean, he always
and the friends who were recording the video.
I think he welcomed it in some kind of sick way, but
I
don't think she signed up
He's
for
like,
that.
they are wild animals. People need to not forget that. It's like, yeah, we didn't forget. You live with grizzly bears.
Yeah, we remembered. We're living in our house. You're living out there with the fucking. Yeah. I think that was his biggest mistake is just bringing the girl with him because she obviously died too.
Yep. Fucked. And but he said that one bear, there are all of his books and his writings, there's always one that was kind of like shitty with him. And that's the one that fucking took his head like a basketball on a giant guy's hand and just went with his mouth and just fucking crushed him and then clawed at it. You could hear the video and all you hear is you literally hear bone snapping. And you're like,
it's insane.
Yeah,
it just reminds me of the documentary where they have Werner Herzog listening to that tape and then him taking it off and talking to the family member, whatever family member it is. And he goes, "You must never listen to this. You must never listen to this tape. You cannot listen to it." It's like, yeah, I bet they wouldn't. I would never want to hear that either. If that was my family member, I don't want to.
No.
I would want to know what happened because I would be like, I need the closure of knowing like, was it quick? Was it slow? But I don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear that. I don't.
Yeah, no, it was his was not quick or slow. It was
because again,
bears
animals aren't assassins and bears are not cats.
And they like to they will rip you. They will whack you down and then you fall on your face and they just take your back.
They'll just eat your guts while you're still alive. Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah. They don't care at all. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened to him. So yeah, that sucked for him. But he did get along with the bears for like 10 years.
As he's still an impressive guy, and it's still an
living
impressive
in the
story.
caves. Yeah, people shit on him like, oh,
literally
what are you
the only tragedy
he had 10
of
years
it.
living with bears.
Yeah, it's amazing. And wild bears. These were not trained. He didn't grow up with them and train them. No, these are completely. They were just bears in nature, and he just was like, yeah, they should be my friends now. I'm gonna get to know these bears. And he was
Pretty
good
cool.
at it. You can't deny he was good. Most people wouldn't be that successful at doing that.
Definitely not. No, he had something. Definitely.
So yeah, I think the only tragedy of it is that only true tragedy. Of course, all human loss is tragic, suffering's tragic. But the only true tragedy, I think, is that the girlfriend got brought along and died because he was always going to die like that. So to me, that's not the tragedy. Like that was just he accepted the risk. He knew one day it was going to be a bear that killed him. And the only thing that is sad to me is the fact that she didn't really know that. Like she thought it was like, yeah, it's dangerous, but like he knows what he's doing. He's been there for 10 years. It's all fine. I don't think she fully realized the danger of it the way that she should have. And also he didn't impart in her like, oh, by the way, I want to die by a bear. Like, I don't think she got that about him. Like he, in his head, he knew he was like, one day he knew he was going to make it to 80 and be in a nursing home. He was like, I'm going to get killed by a bear and I'm okay with that. I want to die that way. And I don't think she wanted to die that way. So he should have never done that to her. It's awful. I don't blame the bear as much as I blame him. I know it sucks, but that's just the way it is. That's nature.
Yeah.
Baby.
No, absolutely, baby. That's it.
Great fucking
I got one more after
though.
this. You got one and then. Yeah. Oh yeah. Real good.
So good. Herzog's a master.
I'll let you go, and then I got one. Then I'd say we do final thoughts.
Yeah, I think so too. There's more dog kids. This is the dog boy of Chile. He was a 5-year-old boy. After being abandoned, spent 2 years living with a pack of 15 stray dogs in a cave. Similar story to Oksana, but this one, he wasn't neglected by his parents. He literally didn't have parents, and I can't imagine what his life was like or his biology. His gut biome must have been crazy. He must have been eating raw meat with these dogs or whatever trash they could find or whatever. Living with dogs in a cave, I mean, that's even different than living in a kennel. At least the kennel dogs were being fed some kind of food. The stray dogs, they got to go finding it. They got to find food. Yeah. So I don't know how these dogs treated all that.
Crazy.
But of course I had to bring up the Syrian gazelle boy as my last one.
Let's go.
This story is from 1946. It's a story of a boy found among a herd of gazelles, reportedly capable of running up to 30 miles per hour.
He started slower than Usain Bolt.
He started to be, well, only slightly slower than Usain Bolt. And he was a boy who lived with gazelles. He could run 30 miles an hour. He was found, much like the Romanian dog, or the Romanian dog boy, the Chilean dog boy, the dog girl. It's one of those stories where it's like, oh, he was abandoned as a child. He was raised by gazelles. This one, I don't think's real, dude. I mean, come on. The dog thing, I get. Dogs are good with people. And, okay, the girl's running on all fours, whatever. But
gazelle boy, I'll take it.
Doesn't become a gazelle because he's and gazelles aren't as nurturing and bonded to humans as dogs. I don't think this story is real. 46, it's unconfirmed. Let's just say that. But I like that it was more interesting than the dog one. Because it was like, what if there is a Syrian gazelle boy? And not only was he raised by gazelles that are like, you know, like they're like deer, kind of like these like herbivore, like, you know, big goats of the wild. That he started taking on like their attributes, like he could like jump and like run like them and stuff. Like he's Tarzan, he get trained how to run like a gazelle, but he's a boy. He only eats grass and like plants and stuff, and he has big horns now. That'd be awesome. Gazelle boy. That's my new obsession.
Nice. I got one here.
Because all the other ones I got on here, honestly with you, they're all fake. They're all just bullshit, made up bullshit stories. I mean, basically, you can only live with dogs. That's the takeaway. Other animal species, they will not accept you as one of their own. You can live near them, but they won't take you in if you're a child. And often, if you think about people like Jane Goodall or the Grizzly Man, are they really living with them? They're adults that are you know, voluntarily spending time with these animals often for years at a time. But it's not the same as growing up and being raised by them like a dog boy. You know, so
yeah, no, I know. No, I got one. Yeah, it says 1967 Caspian Sea otter boy.
Otter boy. Oh wow, we have a sea.
Caspian Sea, which is you know, Russia.
Yeah.
That also goes down to like
We got a
other
whole
stands and stuff like that.
a podcast that banned in Russia. We went to the Caspian Sea and the Caspian Sea monster. So
exactly.
our listeners should know if they've
Caspian
been
Sea
listening
otter
for 6 years.
boy got his parents died. Then he started living with his older sister who raised him and his other brothers, and he ran away when he was 4. Got into a pack of otters.
Oh no!
No.
How could a 4-year-old be so good at swimming? But he had to learn somehow. You got to learn.
Yeah, the otters took him in. They took him right in.
They taught him how to crack seashells on his belly and stuff, like all the otter techniques.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
That's
so he's
amazing.
out there doing that, and they said, "Hey, that's not an otter. That's a boy.
That's a boy. He's cracking a seashell on his tummy, like an otter does." That's amazing. And when the authorities tried to save him, he swam away into the deep, and they never found him again.
Yeah, you see the they call it like the beaver tide when you're like fishing, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" You see like a submarine. You see
it's them making the ripples in the water.
Yeah, so it's like that. It's the Caspian Sea otter
boy tide.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Wow.
No, that's the last one I got. Unfortunately, that last one isn't real, but it's okay. The rest were.
Well, yeah, the Gazelle boy, I don't think was real, but yeah, the rest of them were real. I know Gerald's real. I mean, the Lee County sheriffs are gonna have a lot to answer to with their corruption, as far as that's concerned. So.
Yep, and they're going down.
It's time for final thought.
Final thoughts. I fucking loved this. I am so excited to hear more about Gerald. I'll be on top of this. I will be making sure that
I'll
we
be
get
willing
updates.
to do an emergency podcast with you anytime. But if you wouldn't mind being our boots on the ground, as it were, as far as
Gerald. easy with Gerald. I got this down. There'll be more information as this goes on, because they're going to try to cover it up and say it's not real.
Of course they are, but
you
know they're going to try.
There's a lot.
Truth will get out there.
Absolutely. Yep. No question. But yeah, we love animals. We love Gerald. Final thoughts.
Absolutely.
On to you, Joseph.
Yeah, I agree. This Gerald story needs to be tracked, and we're going to stay on it for sure. I think it is fascinating, the idea of people being amongst animals. And yeah, obviously part of the curiosity of the people in the animal stories is that they all involve mammals, because I don't think that python didn't raise that girl as one of its own. I mean,
python girl? Yeah, exactly.
No python girl. There's no sea bass boy. They don't give a fuck.
Sea bass boy. No, there's plenty of sea bass boys, I promise.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but they're not living with them. They're trying to find them.
They drink about as much Bud Light as sea bass drinks water, so that's a fact. But
I think there is something to be said about the bond between different mammals, because although every species is different, and don't do the Timothy Treadwell here, folks. Like, they are not your friend. They're wild animals, and they live as they do.
Including the sea bass. Don't be trying to Treadwell the sea bass.
Yeah, you end up like a pickled pickerel if you don't be careful.
Pickerel.
Yeah, I think that you hear stories about like elephants, saving people, or dolphins not kidnapping people and saving them from sharks and stuff like that, or whales being gentle around kayakers, which they could easily. One bite, you're fucking done. It would be so easy for it to kill you, but they don't. So I think it's interesting that there's something about the developed brain of mammals and the bonds that a lot of mammals grow up with, social bonds. I mean, they like to be part of groups, and they like to be aggressive when they need to be, and then kind when they need to be. I mean, even people living among chimpanzees like Jane Goodall and folks like that, like they were able to form a bond with these creatures, although they would never consider them pets or companions. Which is, if you do that, just watch HBO's series Chimp Crazy to learn about how dangerous and awful that is for people. They're not your pals, but there's something to be said about, like, they have a mutual respect, and these mammals can treat you as like, an ally rather than an immediate adversary. Although all animals in the world know to stay away from humans, because humans are the most dangerous animal in the world, because we devastate habitats and kill almost anything we see. But on a one-on-one fight, we can't do shit. So I think that's all very interesting, and I hope we hear more fun stories about animals living among humans, and I hope that they don't all end up like our boy Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe 2026.
Yep.
Never forget.
Absolutely. Never forgotten.
And having said that, they made the absolutely right decision. I need to let you know that that gorilla had no intention of hurting that child, and I don't think anybody believes that. However, that gorilla was disoriented. He was agitated. He didn't understand his strength. If you watch that video, you see how he takes that child into the corner. He's trying to get away from the commotion. The child is crying. The people are screaming.
Never forgotten. So there you go.
For him always. All right, guys. Man. We will see you next episode, and enjoy the spring when it comes.
Oh, and I hope Dom comes back. And if he was kidnapped by dolphins, boy, are we going to have a great episode when he gets back. He's going to tell us the whole story. So we'll see if that's why he's gone.
If Gerald's doing it, there's going to be another one they got another name,
Yeah, Harold.
Sure.
That's the dolphin that kidnaps you.
Let us rejoice and let us sing and dance.
Right, exactly.
And ring in the new.
See you later,
folks. Guys.
Stay safe. Bye.
See ya.
Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean.
Yeah, well, you're not going to not go in the water. I mean, you're on vacation in an island. I mean, let's not be ridiculous here. You got to go in the water.
Your house is sort of near the beach, or it's a drive, or it's just a short 45-minute drive away.
Sure, but even then, you're going to go.
Hang out with your family. You're gonna go all the time.
I mean, what do you?
So they can't escape the shark.
We're not going to not go. As traumatic as the triangle arm you had is, which sounds awful, obviously. I think worse off is not having an arm ever again. In which case, you're going to go back hanging 10, which she's only going to be able to hang 5 from now on because she lost.
Exactly. That's what the documentary should be called.
It was an adolescent dolphin. She started jacking him off like every day. It was like a lot, and it became a very sexual. And she was like, "Yeah, it's just he gets all angsty and pent up." She was not
angry.
She was not talking about it like it was like, "Oh, it's for science." She was like, "I just want him to feel better." He gets nasty with me, he starts trying to rape me and stuff. So I just jack him off. It's like, what do you do with him every day? And you didn't think that was kind of weird at all? He's like, "Yeah, we were trying to teach him how to talk, so I had to jerk his penis off every day." I know a whale penis is called a dork. I wonder what a dolphin penis is called. We'll take calls now. Go ahead. First caller.
Caller one, please. It's called a dork.
Science isn't always pretty.
The fact that dolphin might have just kidnapped this guy.
Oh, you think that this could have been young Gerald, and he's looking for a new mate?
Well, he's looking to build the house again.
Mate, they want to build the water house again to get humans to come in. That could be it.
To come in. A lot of fishy stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah, I think certainly.
Makes this whole thing a little unbearable.
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
I'm just not hooked on that response.
Neither am I.
They seem to be a little elusive.
Yeah, the whole Facebook post seems like kind of like bait and switch situation. Like, we're going to respond to it, but it's actually a big joke. Come on. They lured us in with this kind of response.
Little deep sea deception going on.
Absolutely.
I'm
getting the bends just reacting to this kind of post on Facebook of all things. Come on.
Because what we know is it's not a tall fishtail. This could be real.
No. There's no ifs, ands, or dorsal fins about the whole thing. I think we should all be very taking this seriously. I mean,
they're cracking up over there while we're here trying to get a hook in on a possible story.
Absolutely.
Is a little sus shell.
Yeah, and I think they should really use some muscle and really...
All right, that's off the scales. Something like that. Aren't you, on the spectrum or something?
No, I wish.
Can't you get out of this with, your mental disorder? No?
It
was not, but
that was not a kid.
He fell in, but
that kid fell in, and Harambe didn't touch a hair on his pretty little head, and they shot Harambe. I will not hear Harambe as a kidnapping perpetrator.
All right, all right. Yep, I'm fine.
We are a gorilla positive podcast here, Dylan. I will not hear any slander against Harambe or his mother, Hamambe, who was killed by George Bush Sr. Like, if you go up to a lion, you just go meow, meow. They're like, oh, okay, it's a lion cub. I don't think that works. I mean, I don't know what happened
your head
here.
off, yeah.
it's the opposite of Soul Surfer. I'd be like, I'm throwing my life into taking care of the lions of Ethiopia because these things saved my life, and I'm going to make sure that I can return the favor and get these fucking poachers out of here.
Yep. And the first thing
or go into like women's rights. Why is a 12-year-old girl being forced into a marriage? Maybe I go into that instead. But anyways,
yep, both of them.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to just fly over to Ukraine, set up this microphone right here, obviously bring some treats or whatever.
That's a great episode, buddy. Pound it. Gerald the Dolphin. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was too good to let that one go. So